was just the target of a terror plot. He doesn't like that news. But here's what we know about the plot. 29-year-old American Michael Fenton, who converted to Islam in prison, has been arrested, charged with trying to detonate a bomb outside a federal courthouse in Illinois. Now, according to the FBI, Fenton had other targets for his mayhem, including the office of Illinois Congressman Schock. Congressman Schock says the bomb plot proves prisoners from Gitmo should not be on U.S. soil. Congressman Schock joins us live. Congressman, the news tonight must make you happy because it looks like the decision on Guantanamo Bay is going to be at least pushed off beyond January.
Good evening, Greta. I think it's good news for all Americans as we try and keep our communities safe and keep those who wish to do us harm outside of our country. I visited Guantanamo Bay earlier this summer on a bipartisan delegation trip, and it was very clear that this facility is well kept. It's a state-of-the-art facility. It's actually nicer than most federal prisons in my community, and there's about 200 people there who are the worst of the worst, who wish to do this country harm, that are not rehabilitative, and that need to be kept there. And the president seems to be intent on closing Guantanamo. Fortunately, the American people don't support it, and so Congress has not supported the president's effort. Despite his party controlling Congress, time and time again, we have removed the funding necessary to begin the shutting down and the scaling back at Guantanamo Bay. And I'm very pleased that the administration at this point is not going to beat their deadline in January. I think that's good for our country.
What's interesting from a purely political point of view is that this information that they make the acknowledgement for the first time, it's done on a Friday night. We're getting it sort of like when presumably a lot of the news organizations are shutting down for the weekend or at least reducing resources. We seem to get a lot of the more controversial stuff on late Friday night or Saturday night out of this president.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think at the end of the day, America will find out. Certainly the Congress, when we're back in next week, will probably take up the issue again. But at the end of the day, whether it comes out on a Friday or a Monday or a Wednesday, I think it's good news.
Are you convinced that there are no innocent people at Gitmo?
Well, I'm not convinced that I know all of the people at Guantanamo Bay. I didn't take a survey, nor do I purport to know all the people who are there. What I do know, based on the intelligence that we receive, is that there were over 500 detainees there at one point. And even during the Bush administration and since President Obama took over, they have begun to process out those people who were maybe in the wrong place at the wrong time, who don't pose a serious threat to the country, and that can be returned back to their homeland or to mainstream society. But that gets back to the point, which is that the 200 people that they haven't released, the 225 roughly of the worst, our government believes that they need to be incarcerated in some form. And based on the plot that was unveiled this last week here in Central Illinois, which was an American citizen who was put in prison for a theft and an assault, but during his prison term was radicalized and adopted this very jihadist mentality, came out then and decided that he wanted to join that kind of effort and do harm to his country. That would not have happened had we not had these radical Islamic jihads in our prison system here in America. And I think it underscores the fact that many of us in Congress are concerned that if we put these 225 folks in our prison system, while they may be able to be safely kept there, when they are released and the prisoners who are with them are released, what kind of indoctrination, what kind of proselytizing is going on within the prison system, and can they infect?
I've only got 20 seconds left, but would you agree with me, Congressman,
Sure.
though, that we should make sure that the people who are there are indeed at least processed, have some sort of hearing or trial or something, so that we make sure that we're not holding anyone wrongfully?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Anyway, Congressman, thank you, and thank you for joining us on a Friday night.
Thanks, Greta. Thanks for being with you.
Up next, controversy explodes.